Hey guys, Luis Moreno here with Think Medicare, Think ACA. I'm so glad you're here today. I've got a guest on my channel today. Her name is Kelly Clark from Bradford Tax Solution. Kelly, hey, welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited about today.
Yeah, I am too. Yesterday I had a meeting with my tax people, and then I had a meeting with my agents. And why are we talking taxes in October? We're like, shouldn't we do talking taxes in February, March, April? And my tax guy was like, no, it's going to be too late. If we wait until next year, whatever you could have done, you can't do anymore. So
You're
that's
done.
why I'm bringing this to you guys. All right, now here's a little background. I started my business in 99. In 2001, I moved into farmers insurance. Then somewhere around early 2000s, this is how far back I have gone with Bradford Tax Solutions. They were at a training at Farmers University where they were training rookie agents on how to run a business. And I remember you guys were out there. I don't know if it was the original, the owner. Do you know, Kelly?
Oh, I do. So Ron Reed, who actually fantastic orator, was a long-term resource for much of the trainings that were put on by our company. So he had been a part of Bradford Tax Institute, and doing various trainings throughout the country. And he was doing very special stuff with farmers where he would go in to the university. I had the luxury or the opportunity, and I did do it once where I went in and covered for him. And it was a great experience. So that was Ron Reed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was way back in the day.
Yeah.
And, guys, we're insurance agents, yes, but we're also business owners. Okay. The key here is as insurance agents, we make money. And as business owners, we got to figure out how to keep more of that money. So that's why I asked them today, hey, can you come join us? Come teach us a little bit about tax and see if maybe we can apply some of this and keep more of what we earn. So here's what we're going to be bringing to you guys. And then Kelly is going to tell us what she's going to talk about. But on October 22nd of 2024, okay, from 9 a.m. to 11:30, 2.5 hours, she's going to teach us a lot of, and I think you even threw out a number. I don't even know if I could say that, like 60,000, 70,000 of potential deductions that you might be able to utilize on your taxes. So we're going to be bringing that to you. Kelly, let's do this. Let's talk a little bit about you, and then we'll
Okay.
talk about what we're going to do on October the 22nd.
Well, let's see. Where would you like me to begin?
So let's start off with you. How you've been doing taxes for how long?
I have actually been an instructor. I am approaching my 24th year as an instructor with Bradford, National Programs Director. But I think probably what's more relevant to the credentials that I bring into my classroom, better than 3.5 decades in business background of operational ownership. So I too am in business just like you are. I have multiple businesses outside of my role as an instructor, and I practice what I preach. So the perspective I bring into my classroom is that of being in business and what it is in our role operationally, how we operate in our business that facilitates that outcome in the report when it's completed. And Louis, you could not be more dead on with timing. We don't realize that our year is over once December 31 passes. The report that's being completed is for this year right now, but it's done in next year. And there's not a tax professional on the planet that can go back in time and do things you didn't do or undo the things you did or change what you did or fix it. So right now is the opportunity to really hone in on what you can do, not only in reducing your tax liability for this year, but for setting yourself up for success for next year. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we want to look at.
I want to keep more of what I make and maybe make more. That's ultimately.
Yeah. Make more, do it, and use the tax side of being in business to develop that business. I mean, we're in business, and so we've got this elite opportunity for being in business to generate revenue based on reducing our tax liability, right? It's like a second treasure chest. You earn, and then you also put these deductions into the treasure chest, so you keep. Right?
Yep. And here's what I'm finding out, that a lot of at least my accountant, these guys prepare taxes. Sometimes they're not tax strategists.
Oh, they aren't. Well, it's not that they wouldn't want to be, but when you really realistically approach this, their practices have multiple levels of engagement with multiple clients. There's estate planning, there's audits, there's putting together documents for finance, there's putting together asset allocations for acquisition. There are all these different things, and they might take 8 hours of training annually on the preparation, and we always use a professional. I mean, absolutely, you want to use a tax professional because that's what they're trained to do, is do these calculations.
You want to know everything about ACA or Medicare? Click up here to get my ACA and Medicare Smart Books.
They could not, I mean, I guess they could, if you wanted to pay them a billable rate, do hours and hours of research as to what you might be able to do uniquely in your business. All of your agents, all of you're all in the same industry, but you're all very unique individuals. And the idea is to have a menu open up with all of the opportunities that you can use. And so that's why probably my enthusiasm still has not waned after 24 years, because I get to recognize the benefits of utilizing this information in my own businesses. So,
And knowledge is power. So
yeah.
here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about tax reduction strategies specifically for insurance professionals. Kelly, can we go to the next slide where you show?
Absolutely.
Let's see here. What's the agenda?
This video is being sponsored by Agent CRM. Agent CRM is a CRM that I use for my agency for every line of business: auto, home, life, commercial, Medicare, and ACA. It should be the CRM that you use too. Click up here to get some more information.
Well, these are the topic agendas. Now, first off, I want to do this. I want to make sure nobody falls into a trap of thinking I'm already taking that deduction. If you're looking at a topic agenda and you think I'm taking that deduction, what you're doing right now is backpedaling into the smallest version of a deduction associated with that topic header. Don't let that happen. Part of what I really pride myself on as an instructor is that I want you to not only understand how it works, but why. And in understanding why it works, you're going to be developing more opportunities and expanding the benefits. So when we start out, the introduction and setup is just basically how I teach. And then we go into business basics. And in this, we're going to eradicate any information that might be assumptive, might be misinformation. We build our own kind of roadblocks based on how we might think in patterns of behavior. So I address all of that, the rules, who we are in business, what it looks like as far as how we approach a deduction, and then, of course, the various things that we want to avoid in business that create overpayment. The home office, this deduction is so misunderstood in so many ways, and if we do take it, probably couldn't articulate the qualification, but we can easily get through that, and we can do that very simply, and that's what we're going to cover in the program. Converting all of your medical, all of your family's medical, not changing any insurances, but you can relate to this, being able to take all of these expenses where you might get little to no benefit personally and converting them into a 100% deductible business expense. And then vehicles. This is a gold mine of deductibility. And again, there's not a dedicated resource outside of what we do that really hones into where you see where your dollars are, you grab your dollars and you put them into your pocket. And then meals. This is one of my favorite areas because we actively disqualify ourselves from deductions in not knowing how to approach it. What I like to do in this segment is walk you through all of the various opportunities that you have in developing relationships. You are in a relationship building enterprise, and then also various ways that you might double on this deduction. So there's a lot that goes on in a short period of time, but if I can inspire anyone to just recognize how lucky they are to have these opportunities of being in their business and the opportunities that they have to develop more, then I've done my job.
Beautiful. And guys, I'm going to tell you again, reason we're doing this in October is because if we wait until before tax time, it's going to be too late. You can do it at tax time, but it's going to be applicable to that year. you're not going to be able to go back and adjust something, or maybe you should have done this. And you know, there's just too many
Well,
variables.
let me just interject if I might. Medical. If you're going to convert the expenses and you don't do it correctly before the end of the year, it's not retroactive. If you didn't know what you were doing as it related to documentation for the vehicle, it's not retroactive. So once December 31 is ended, you're done. The report, and this is another little pro tip, use the extension for the report. You don't get out of paying your taxes. I'll cover that also in the class as to why in your elite status. But these things are not deductions. These are actual dollars. They're your dollars, and you can either throw them against the wall to see what might stick, or you can take them and put them in your pocket. And the determining factor is what you've done before the end of the year, not what you do after.
Man, well, how cool. So guys, here's what we're going to do. If you want to come join us, October 22nd, 9 a.m. Central to 11:30, plus a Q&A. So if you got questions, this Kelly would be the one to help answer them. Here's what I want you to do. In the description down below, you're going to click on the More button. When you click on that description, there's a link down there. It is a Zoom registration link. It is not the Zoom link to the meeting. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to register. Make sure you click on it, register, and then once you're registered, they're going to send you reminders of this meeting. They're going to get one the day before. How about the day of?
They're going to get a Zoom link. And this is the thing that's very critical. Thank you for asking. The link or the registration confirmation comes through Zoom, and it's coming through their email. If you do not get it, only one of two things happen. The first thing is it could have gone into your spam filter. So you want to make sure you check your spam. The second thing is you could have entered an incorrect email address. Believe it or not, we periodically transpose things that we enter in, like with a registration. So check your spam filter. If you didn't get it, go ahead and re-register in checking your email address. We'll make sure that we omit the incorrect one. There will be a Zoom that will go out again the day before and then the morning of, so that you have everything very readily available. And I actually send out as an instructor just a little kind of setup piece. And I do this the afternoon before the program, so you can be prepared appropriately.
And guys, this is not going to be recorded. You're not going to be able to watch a playback of this. It is live. So come join us again, October 22nd of 2024, 9 a.m. Central to 11:30 a.m. plus a Q&A. And guys, I look forward to seeing you there. I hope you take advantage of it. Again, I'm sticking in my head. She mentioned maybe $60,000, $70,000 worth of potential deductions with just what she's going to talk about on this 2.5-hour meeting. Kelly, I'm looking forward. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you, Louise.
Yeah, I'm excited. So
I'm
guys,
excited.
don't forget, down below. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.